the shins on, as you touched on, Kevin. There's a lot of experience, albeit amateur experience, but there's still a lot of experience inside there. Pulido 2-0, Fabian Lopez 3-0, going for his fourth tonight.
This could be Pulido's first fight with no shin guards, which does mess with some fighters. You know, it's a comfort thing.
All right, fight fans, here we go. SparStar Promotions is proud to present 3 rounds of mixed martial arts in the featherweight division, the Battle of the Undefeated. This bout is sponsored in part by Sniper Fightwear. Once again, our referee in charge of this bout, Franklin Aguirre. And now, introducing to you first on my left, fighting out of the right corner, he is wearing gray and white trunks. He is training out of Saxon's Muay Thai in Van Nuys by way of Laguna, Chile. He weighed in 145 pounds. He brings to the cage an undefeated record, 3 wins with no losses. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Fabian Lopez. His opponent across the cage on my right, fighting out of the blue corner. He is wearing orange trunks trimmed in blue. He is training out of Dream Killer Fight Team by way of South Central Los Angeles. He weighed in 145 pounds. He too is undefeated, 2 wins, no losses, with 1 win coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing George El Especialista Pulido! Once again, 3 rounds of mixed martial arts in the featherweight division. Fight fans, a reminder, due to the safety of the fighters, we ask that you please refrain from any flash photography during the bouts. We thank you for your cooperation.
All right, guys, who you got on this one?
Man, this is a tough one to call.
Red or blue?
Pulido has the reach advantage.
I'm gonna have to go red on this, just because I've seen him fight before.
Got a southpaw versus orthodox here. It's going to open up maybe some body kicks. Pulido hitting that nice lead leg kick right off the bat.
A little bit of a feeling out process, and that is not an odd thing for 2 guys, both undefeated. Somebody's has to go tonight. And even though they are amateurs, that undefeated record really does mean a lot to these young fighters.
Oh, absolutely. That was everything to me when I started. It was like 2-0 and 3-0. And couldn't wait to be 8-0 and then 16-0, and it was like there was so much pressure put on keeping that O, you know. And I didn't lose till I went pro, and then I was like, oh fuck, I didn't know how to deal with it. I wish I would have lost as an amateur.
Both of these guys still engaged in that feeling out process, doing leg kicks. Lopez looking to land with the 1-2, but Pulido quick on the retreat. And just by the smell test early, you can see the education behind these 2 young men.
Oy.
Pulido seems to be the more comfortable of the 2 right now. Lopez seems to be feeling out, trying to find the range, throwing that front leg side kick.
Great footwork from both of these 2. But you get the feeling that something's about to happen. Oh, and perhaps
there was that body kick I was talking about. You know, when you have the mirror stance like that, you open yourself up to get hit to the body. Unfortunately, it was a little low. It got cracked right on the cup.
Purely incidental. Or not incidental, accidental.
Seems to be no worse for the wear, though. I think we're going to get started here.
Referee Aguirre calls the ball to the center, and here we go. The chess match continues. George Pulido, Fabian Lopez.
Switching to that lead leg again, Pulido really attacking the legs. Hasn't gone upstairs too much with the hands.
Oh.
Nice left hand lands for Lopez.
Neither fighter seems to have any interest in taking this to the ground.
There's a long feeling out process. I think Lopez started getting, it looked like they were both nervous in the beginning, and Lopez started letting his hands go, trying to get more comfortable, and it seemed to pay off for him. I'd give him that round.
Close back and forth round with not a lot of action.
Joe, you give that round to Lopez or Pulido?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Pulido?
Yeah.
Pulido, okay.
You know, that's the type of round that really can make the fight interesting, because if the next rounds end up going decisively one way or another, it could be anyone's fight.
Yeah.
Well, Joe, you can speak to this. Getting that first round out of the way does a lot for your comfort level. A lot of times you go back and you sit on the stool and you say, all right, I'm still here. I didn't get starched. I've seen this guy move. It's nothing I haven't seen before. A lot of times you get comfortable and then you really start letting the hands and the feet go.
Yeah, absolutely. And I thought, shit, I'm bad with the names. Blue corner was, Pulido. He started kind of forced himself to get loose and start throwing. The other guy was more tentative, and sometimes you can, especially at the amateur level, you can get stuck in that mold. You know what I mean? Like, if you didn't get going in the first round, you might not get going until the second round. So,
right.
And you know, one thing that's important to point out is these rounds are only 2 minutes long. So,
yeah, that's right.
You really don't get a lot of time to prove your point, if you will. Nice turning side kick there for Lopez.
He's got to be careful coming in, setting up or throwing those kicks without setting them up.
Another one.
Another swipe to the groin. Sometimes it's the ones that the toes just catch the tip, the front of the cup that really hurt.
Yeah, I think that's what happened there. I think that's what happened on the other one too.
Yep.
It's like instead of blocking the kick, they jump back out of the way, and the last thing you get out of the way is the tip of that cup.
That's right.
And I think it was Eddie Murphy that said you don't even have to, you could just graze him.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
You can just like breathe on it, and it's gonna hurt. Let alone taking a front kick. Well, here it is right here, the replay. As you said, Kevin, it just seems to be their opposite stance that it's going to happen.
Well, they're using the lead leg to attack with. You know, you don't see the rear leg's not coming forward. They're skipping forward and throwing that lead leg, and it's been low, you know, to the outside or the inside.
Now, those aren't scoring blows. Of course, they're accidental. No one's going to get penalized for them, but they definitely take a toll, Joe, don't they?
Oh, absolutely.
I'd like to see Lopez attack the inside of Pulido's leg. So far, he's just been throwing that lead leg outside shot.
Getting a little comfortable on his feet. George Pulido doing a little Hollywood shuffle there.
Yeah, it seems like whoever is going to really take the initiative and step in there and throw is going to be the guy that comes out on top on this one. They're both very tentative and staying at the end of stuff. You know, they're smacking each other with their toes.
Exactly.
And the dick and the leg all over the place. It's all toes.
That's right. Yeah, nothing. That is a nice. Had some meat on it there, landed with the shin. But again, coming from that front leg, it's hard to generate a lot of power.
Fabian looks like he's a little more, you know, like he's getting after it a little more right now.
Yeah, it looks like he's waiting
ready
to counter.
Step in, yeah.
Sometimes you have to be willing to eat one to get one off. You know, step right in the pocket, let it rip.
Yeah, I'd like to see somebody throw a combination. It seems to be a lot of one. I throw one, no, you missed. I throw one, you miss.
Exactly.
You know, the guy that's going to go 1, 2, 3 or put that combination. The first two might miss, but it's usually that third, fourth that's going to get the job done.
Beautiful duck on.
Well timed, but great sprawl.
It was a great, a beautiful sprawl, and the timing was perfect. But Fabian just real heavy hips.
Good job locking up, shoving that underhook through there, Kevin.
I don't like how he's defending this single leg, though. If Pulido runs the pipe to his right, he could have potentially finished that. He had both underhooks on one side.
Again, that's that 2-minute round.
Yep.
Right when he starts to get going is when it's, you know, how do you score that one?
Man, nobody really landed anything significant.
Nothing really significant. He went for the takedown. He didn't get it, but
it shows initiative. Right.
This fight for me is the White Russian of mixed drinks. It's really muddy. I can't tell what it is. You know, I tend to think that Lopez came to life in that round a little bit more. That doesn't mean I gave it to him, but I could see a judge or two giving it to Lopez on that.
Yeah, I'm watching. I'm thinking Lopez is. He's a little uncomfortable right now. He hasn't gotten loose, and now he's feeling the pressure. Sitting here, I can tell his coaches are telling him to get going.
Yeah.
And, I hope he does.
He needs to, like you said, he needs to start throwing combos, and I'd like to see some feints, you know.
Yep.
Yeah, these are 140-pound, 145-pound featherweights. They're known for their punches and bunches, and we have yet to see that tonight.
Yeah, it kind of goes back to what I was saying in the first round. Blue corner started forcing himself to get comfortable and touching and throwing shots. Red didn't, and now that was 2 rounds, and he hasn't really pulled the trigger yet.
Right.
Yeah, especially at this level, you get stuck in a mode like that. It's hard to come out.
And like you said, with a 2-minute round, it goes by really quick. You know, you need to allot yourself some time to get off. And I think the reach. Ooh! That's that side kick again. It looks good, but it doesn't do a lot of damage.
It's not necessarily like a traditional strike that you see a lot. You see it more and more in mixed martial arts now, with the lights out or the Wonder Boy Thompson style coming through. But he really buried that heel in the stomach there. That was a nice kick.
Really driving here.
Oh, nice knee to the belly.
Oh, that knee hurt him. That knee hurt him.
He might switch to the arm here.
A little bit of a scramble.
This is a great scramble. A lot of athleticism going on right now.
We'll see what Lopez has off his back here.
George Pulido appears to like his eggs scrambled. Looked like he was going to end up on bottom there, but he's messing with the dalliance of the black arts again. We touched on that earlier.
Well, Pulido is hugging the body of Lopez, meaning he's just trying to hold him down for now. Looks like he might be attacking that Kimura. Lopez is on the left arm of Pulido. As you can see on our screen here, he's reaching in for that Kimura grip, maybe to set up that hip bump sweep, or to try to rip that arm out. He's only got 35 seconds left.
Again, the
Pulido's
time.
posture is pretty bad right now. His legs are stretched out with the butterflies, kind of.
Yeah.
It's not a very dominant position to be able to hold somebody down from.
Yeah, he's not going to be able
posture up.
get a lot of chest weight,
That arm.
It looks like he's just trying to run the clock out here. He's not really posturing to punch or try to make an effort to pass.
But you know, in these 2-minute round fights, he could very easily ride out the win right
Absolutely. He's on top. If he stays on top for 1 minute of a 2-minute round, he wins.
Right.
We lose, but he wins.
Exactly. Looking for mission control here from rubber guard is Lopez.
He's going to run out of time.
Yeah,
but
this is not going to be enough
the
time for
omoplata
that.
is there if he would just pull the foot in front of his face. Might be looking for the go-go. It's a shame that wasn't a 3-minute round because it was actually getting somewhere there.
You know, I can't help but say I have this feeling that these 2 young men are going to see each other again down the road. You know,
I think so.
I think that fight goes to Pulido, most likely.
So too. And not for anything that spectacular other than just he put in more work that round.
Yeah.
The other guy, Lopez, just couldn't get going. First 2 rounds he gave away just by maybe anxiety, I'm not sure. It looked like anxiety to me.
Just being too hesitant and then being on bottom for a minute and a half of round 3.
but there you have it, the first decision of the night. You know, that MMA math can be some convoluted number systems. It never adds up.
And we talked about the judges earlier. God only knows what they're looking at.
When the judges start adding those 10s and 9s, crazy shit can happen.
Absolutely.
Pardon my French, but I think it's apropos. To be honest, I don't know who won that fight. Like I said, it was a muddy fight. I could see it going either way, but I tend to agree with the assessment my 2 colleagues came up with. And simply because basically what Joe said, it seemed like he was able, like Pulido was able to force himself to calm down, and he just looked more comfortable.
But to play devil's advocate, he did land a couple low blows, and the judges may ding him for that too.
Yeah.
You know, not necessarily on the scorecards, but mentally.
And Lopez landed that huge spinning side kick to the midsection that planted him.
That was
he also
nice.
landed that overhand right as well. Was it enough to sway a scorecard or 2? I don't know. But that's why these guys get paid the big bucks. And we get paid in beef jerky and beer.
Jack Daniels.
Speaking of which, Tony.
Right. It's cocktail hour.
What a hell of a fight. Well-matched bout between these 245-pounders. A shout-out to Anthony Calix, who made this dance happen. But let's get the official decision here.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the scorecards. We have our decision. Judge at ringside, Larry Manless scores the bout 29 to 28. while both judges ringside, Chris Crail and Dr. Nelson Hamilton, scored the bout 30-27 in favor of our winner.
Got to be blue corner.
By unanimous decision, he is still undefeated. The red corner,
What?
Wow, like you said, Kevin, maybe
Right on cue. No, we don't know what they're looking at.
Like, I have no idea.
those shots of the pills are not supposed to score, but perhaps they scored negatively.
Yeah,
Well, that's not to take anything away from Lopez. I mean, you fought hard. You know, it was a close fight.
Neither one of these guys takes a loss. We will be right back here at the Commerce Casino SparStar MMA. Don't go anywhere.